Oh, right. I should go live. Okay. Here we are live in the final V1, final V12 879. Uh, you can, in brackets, not complete the challenge, is what we're going with. I got 3 hours and 35 minutes to finish this. I know for a fact that I can't spend 3 hours and 35 minutes tonight. So, but I also know that I'm actually pretty close to done. I think that I could do a lot more, but I think I could also just call it because it's getting close. Feeling good. Yeah. So the crazy flexi putty stuff that I put on here seems to be more or less dry. It's very rubbery. I'm concerned that I'm not playing H. Yes, this thing is supposed to be and painted in the 24-hour time period. No, it will not be painted. It's absolutely certain. But I think maybe I be done. I don't know. Because I was thinking it over and like I have a little bit more to do on the Tyranid spore. Still the epoxy putty from the frontal place where I'm gonna put all the spore mines still drying. Oh crap, that's not good. Tweaked one of my spines on it. Yeah, it's still drying. So I can't get in on that just but most of this stuff is dry. It's cool. And it's very rough. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But next thing I want to do is I want to put the pipes in here to disguise the fact that there's no detail on the bottom of these plates. Didn't clean these properly before I installed them. Who cares? I got all these like Sector Mechanicus again. And of course I gotta clean them. Great. Love that. They've got useful plugs on the end of them that interface with the Sector Mechanicus plates, but I don't have the Sector Mechanicus. Well, I have them. I'm just not using them. Gotta chop all those off here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm close. I feel like I'm almost done. Need to make a kickstand for the back to stand up. That's gonna involve some sawing. Stream. Gross. So I might save that for after. Not really that exciting to watch either way. More like a structural integrity thing. Not as possible. Okay, that one clean. God, I really don't care. This is annoying. Oh yeah, yeah. Cleaning out. Okay. This one trimmed. Nobody in the chat. Fantastic. Audio streams bit rate is lower. My audio is going through. Consistent challenges on. I'm gonna stream this whole friggin' challenge. Anyone's gonna watch it, but it's there. It's there for you. Oh, Kajan's here. Hello, Kajan. Hello, Radon. Good to see you, folks. No. No. So part of my plan was to put big like claws on the end of the pod. However, I only kind of sculpted 2 big claws and have a third that I was going to whittle down to shape. I think I might just leave them off. I don't really know. Maybe I'll put them on the bottom because I don't really have much detail on the bottom. I was thinking of using crushing claws, like tyranny crushing claws, but I'm always reticent. I feel I should save those for something. It would save me. I don't know how many I have though. I've used. So check my stores, which are sitting right behind me. I don't think I've seen many. Crushing claws could be a really good quick solution to put some crushing claws on that. I wish I could use sighting talons for it because I a lot of sighting. For this point, I'm looking for, as I only have 3 hours left, I'm not looking to sculpt anything. Cut and glue. Pin it in and call it a day. Do I need all these? Whatever. Loot do loot do. Oh yeah, let's glue these sucker dogs in. There's one. It's the same one, so let's not use it right there. It's the same one again. It is the same one again. This one should like go up here or something. Go on. So gluing them onto the back of the railings because they're not fully attached. These all the same? No, that was different. These two are the same ones, so I should alternate them there. Great. And then I have, wait, I have ones that I can do. Well then I should draw on this one. It's the only variation I have. Okay. So this one, that one. All right. This one's different. I had this figured out. But I had two like this. Mind? I lose something? Well, there it is. Okay. So that's what we'll do. That is what we'll do. Here. Means that this one is here. This one here-ish. Hey, go. Reebling up. Hey, Dwarfinish. Yeah, final 3 hours. Like everyone's got better stuff to do, including me. But close to done. My only issue is that I could do a lot more with the pod. It's just a question of how much I really. The answer is not very much. It's not sticking. Okay. Next we got this funky one. Went this way this time, so it's got to go this way this time. Here. It's about good. Boop, 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 boop. Dwarfnage, do you want to jump on voice with me? If you're available? I don't know. Where you voice it up. You are. Shadow in the warp chat. And same one here. Oh, let's use this one. Or, oh, fuck. Or I think it was like this, so this, get into this fan module here. Some stinky blue. I think with these, maybe call the back of this thing done. Maybe that's one thing done. We've got a weird issue where there's like a gap in the breaching pod here. I really know what to do with that, but just don't worry about it. Try to fill it with putty, but did the putty stick to the stuff is really weird. Peel it right off. Not very hardy. Oh, shouldn't do that. Putty's still wet. Right. Damn it. Stay. Giant heavy pod. Okay, so we got some cabling. We got some railings. We got a sneaky gene stealer up here and a sneaky gene stealer coming through here. Sneaky tentacle thing coming down through here. Big tentacles coming out of the pod. Buttload of baking soda still on this thing from when I was trying to glue those railings in. There we go. Yeah, this thing needs a kickstand. Stand vertically. But there it is, the back of the tile. I think it's good to go. Need or want to do on it. So let's set it aside. Get something else. Can I sculpt the brain on this without marring the other details? It's still technically wet. And common sense would tell me not to do that. It's still wet. Do something in here. Oh, those guns. Goes in. One fits remarkably well. Do that right in. Hey, let's do something with the guns. First of all, these are the acid sprayers that are supposed to erupt with like acid when the thing breaches the ship. Further soften up the approach or soften up anybody who's awaiting it. Arrives. Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to look good. I think it's going to look good. All in with Tyranids. That's the.
Oh,
Legend, you there?
yeah,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. And yourself?
I'm getting tired, but I think I'm doing okay.
Well, it's going to be 8-ish around your time.
Yeah, I think I'm just getting tired of working on this. Is what I'm getting tired of.
I can imagine. I mean, powering through 24 hours.
Yep. Telling you, I could not have done it all at once. That would have been disaster. I think my brain would have just given in. I would have just started making really bad decisions.
Hmm. If it's bad decisions, it's usually something for the next day or so.
Yeah,
But
but I
you
think it's
know
the best way is to spread it out.
the old adage of there are no mistakes in sculpting, only opportunities.
Yes, but you need the space, the mental space to see those opportunities. And then there's the old adage from Hydra's wife: "After tired comes stupid."
No, okay, I can see that.
So if you're tired, you're going to make bad decisions. Oh, whatever. I can take these out later. Haha.
Yeah,
So
we
this.
have we had our time change last night, so
Oh, you did?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. You guys have it like a week earlier. I was confused at like how the United States changed ours, and we had to follow because we're good little Canadians, and that was a while ago. I can never remember how it differs from the UK one. But you guys do yours a week before ours, I guess now.
Mm, yeah. Sometimes it's even longer than that. Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
longest we had the difference was like 2 weeks or something like that.
Oh, forgot that. Yeah, ours will be
Yeah.
next week. Change.
Just don't forget to remind the other creature conference people.
Oh, right. Good point. Definitely need to do that because we've got a creature conference coming up with the German folks on Friday, so they will definitely be affected by that. And then we got the North
Yeah.
Americans the week after.
Well, we are not quite as far as I remember. You can't on the 8th.
What's that?
You can't on the 8th, November 8th.
We change?
You said you wouldn't be able to make the.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. Yeah, November 8th. I can't. Sorry. I heard count, not can't. Sorry. Um, I cannot stream on the 8th. I have plans on the evening of Wednesday, November 8th, so maybe we'll see if the Thursday works. I don't know. We can chat about that. Yeah, I won't be able to stream on Wednesday, November 8th, unfortunately.
Oh, you're putting guns on the thing?
They're supposed to be like acid sprayers. So the idea is that I try to make the front facing of this look like it's been broken. So like it rammed into the ship, the front like part of the armor exploded to like knock a hole in the ship. And then if that wasn't enough to gain egress, these it's got these acid sprayers that spray acid to eat through the hull. The idea here.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm putting guns in the mouth.
I was
So
wondering because you fitted those spore mines. I was wondering if it's the plan is to have it explode spore mines against the hull.
yes. So the idea that I have in my head is that it had more spore mines, on that exploding panel that was at the front, and they all blew up. And now it's got like extra spore mines if they didn't do the job. I mostly just wanted to be able to show that like how the front of it was studded with spore mines, and most of them blew up, but some of them didn't. That's what these like channels are for the ones that didn't blow up yet.
Ah,
I want to
yeah,
illustrate it because you can't really show the spore mines that have already blown up.
yeah. I probably would have gone with a drilling beak or something like that for the thing.
Well,
That
I
it
thought
will.
about putting like digging claws on it, but I
Yeah,
n-
would put claws on it anyway. I mean, you want to have it keep inside the you have want to have it keep attached so it can disbark its contents. I
yeah,
mean,
it's just that I
in
don't
addition to
have
the tentacles.
claws to use.
Yeah, that's why I told you to make claws with your leftover putties.
You did, and I started. Definitely started. I have a few here. I was just showing them, but I didn't make enough apparently. Should have been making them the
Uh,
whole time, and I made a couple, and then I just kind of sat on it.
Robin said in the chat he loves doing projects in one sitting. That's his preferred way of doing stuff.
Smart man.
But his cutoff is 12 hours.
His cutoff is 12 hours. That's his one sitting. That's smart because then you might not have as good ideas after hours. You might just get tired.
I'm usually running into the problem of everything. Every part I want to work on has wet putty and it needs to cure.
Ah, yes. That is a classic problem.
And then it's break time, usually after 2 hours.
After 2 hours?
Yeah, something like I found that's about the time I can occupy myself with one project before I'm running into the issue of sculpting over or near stuff I have already just worked on,
Yep.
which usually also coincides with how much putty I have uh, left to
Yep.
work with. After, after 2 hours, usually it's way too hard. Like I
Yep.
find I get like an hour of good work time.
Yeah, with this one I've been like pushing up against that wall of when the putty is like getting to be curing and I'm not getting good sculpting out of it. Shit.
Yeah, when you need to start to fight the putty to be in shape, it's usually time to make some new or
Yeah. It gets
come
to
to an
the
end.
point where you're pushing it, but it's not responding.
Yeah, Tom Wilson said, I guess our daylight savings was last night too. I don't have any analog clocks to change though.
All
I
doing it
still
for
have
you
one.
digitally.
Yeah, I still have one. Everything. Two technically, if I'm counting my wristwatch, which I haven't done yet. Yeah,
So if you went back 1 hour, I was getting confused about this. It means you're closer to us, right? That
yeah,
we are no longer
uh,
6 hours apart. We're now 5 hours apart.
exactly. I'm just 5 hours in the future.
Oh, not bad. Most imaginable. 5 hours in the future. All right, so we've got some acid sprayers in the sides of the mouth.
Um, it's unfortunately not soon enough in the future to do anything with the lottery numbers.
Too bad.
And I apologize to the chat for that dad joke.
I make that joke all the time. No problem. No problem. Is there anyone in the chat?
Yeah,
Couple.
we have. Tom Wilson is in the chat. Dan Keplinger joined us earlier.
Oh my god, now the chat is exploding. Cool.
Barcast is with us.
Oh, Bargus is here. There we go. Bioacid spares are a fine Tyranid tradition. I like that. Okay. Damn, I want to do more sculpting on this pod, but I don't want to ruin. Well,
I'm not quite
this green stuff is
following Dwarven Age. What did you mean with it would be too Red Rising? What's Red Rising? Or rather, I'm thinking of too many things that could be Red Rising.
Two Red Rising then. Oh, Red Rising is a it's a book. Oh, with claws, because there's these things called Leechcraft, which dig into the ships in Red Rising. So I guess he's referring to the Leechcraft in Red Rising with their claws and stuff digging in.
No, yeah, my idea would have been to put a beak and make the beak detachable so that it's
Yep.
dropping in with the beak and then it opens its maw and basically lets go of the frontal part, and you have then basically an acorn shaped beak inside the thing, which would also work as cover for your embarking troops.
Not a bad idea. Well,
But
okay,
but
so
I like your idea as well.
just thinking about how I could cheat on this. I do have this Warcry Maw Pit thing, and it has these claws that are supposed to go on it. But if I didn't want to use them there, I could use them on this. They're not huge. They're like, oh, they might be cool. Maybe I should just rip those off. Means I'd have to resculpt them for the Maw Pit conversion that I want to do.
Not sure if I would use those.
It's like, this is the size of the ones that I was like working on. Pretty big. Of the Maw Pit.
Yeah, but they also don't look very hooked.
Don't look very what?
Hooked, like hooks.
Which ones? The Maw Pit ones or mine?
The Morpits ones. Yours looking like they can dig into the metal and hold against it because they have a hook shape. And I mean, technically, you don't need more than two.
Was that technically I don't need more than what?
More than two claws. You
don't think so?
You show them at the top and hide the bottom one under some of the railings and stuff like that. If I recall your board correctly.
Two crushing claws here that I just used all the others. Oh, I guess I'm going to use two claws. Ideally, I want to put them along the bottom, though, because I don't have very much detail.
Would pivoting right now take too much time?
Sorry, what's that, Kajan?
Dwarven Age said the claws on the drop pod, it's like the claw drills in Red Rising. And then he said, would pivoting right now take too much time?
What would take too much? Pivoting right now
Pivoting.
take too much time. Yeah, I think it would take too much time. Um, I didn't think about the claw drills. I was thinking about the leechcraft, which is like the stuff they use to like basically their boarding ships. But claw drills are cool too. I've never seen a picture of a claw drill. Like I've read about them, Red Rising, but didn't really picture how they all go together. Gotta whittle my claws down to a better, sharper point. The beauty of epoxy sculpt, you can do this. Don't mess it up.
Yeah, with green stuff, it's a lot harder.
Yeah. Did pretty well on randomly sculpting these. This putty. Good suggestion, Kajan.
Yeah, it's what I mostly do with my leftover putty. Either do
Smart.
some some tentacles or some claws, depending.
Yep.
If I'm really in the mood, I make teeth.
If you're really in the mood, you make what?
Teeth,
Teeth.
yes. But they usually take a lot of time. But when the putty is really is quite hard, it's making it easy to roll tiny teeth out of it. But yeah,
Yep.
it's a lot of work to make teeth. But yeah, having them on hand is quite nice.
Yeah, because you don't ever want to sculpt teeth from soft putty. It doesn't. But gluing in
Yeah,
teeth that are already hard that you made from previously. But you don't want to sculpt them into a mouth. Like you could
yeah, and
sculpt
I
you
have
could roll the individual teeth, but you don't want to sculpt them into a mouth. That's very challenging.
and I have a sorting box where usually you would put in nails or something like that, and I sort them by size.
Yep. Nice.
Mm. And over time, you collect like hundreds of them.
Yep. Question: where should I put these claws?
I would put them on the top. Would have to see how it fits into the board. I would put them so you can see it from the top, and then just hint at them from the bottom, so that the spore thing is keeping them hidden from sight.
Just that the only thing is I have like detail at the top. I don't have any detail at the bottom. That's the thing I'm
Yeah, but
like
do
why
you
I'm
see
thinking
the
about
bottom from with
using
your
them at the
board? I
bottom because
mean,
there's no detail.
yeah, I mean, do you see the bottom when the thing is put in place?
So it's not perfectly embedded. That's a good question. I think you'll still see like this part of the bottom. It's embedded. Or maybe I need to build that up a bit.
Yeah, I
Scopes.
would be working on that, and then you can just hint at like if you close the
Just
gap.
the ridges of like the claws being embedded in the deck or something.
Yeah,
That's a
and
good idea.
so you don't have to see the full claw, and you can hint at it from the top, so people know what it should be is supposed to be.
Nice. Good suggestion. Thanks. I think I'll do that. So seeing them at the top shows what they're supposed to look like, and then at the bottom you just see the edge of them.
Yeah, you just see the
Okay,
tips coming through the decking and stuff like that.
like it. Good solve.
Since you probably need to close the gap between the drop pod and your decking anyway,
You're
you
right.
can just use that. That's added detail.
Yep.
That's probably also going to save you a lot of time.
I like that as well. Here, just snap the edge off my. Yep. All right, that means I need to go get the base for this thing. Because initially, like when I was thinking about these claws and how they would mount, like I think that they look coolest when they're mounted like fangs kind of or whatever, like claws, fangs, whatever. With the part of the claws pointing inward. But then I was like, oh, but what if it like rammed into the deck with the claws like together and then it like used the claws to like dig out? So instead they would be like this, they would go like that, but I don't know if that makes sense. Like they look more like tusks or horns that way.
Yeah, I would turn them around if you put them on the front so they are pointing upwards, and then close up around the decking.
Sorry? Can you give that to me again?
I would have them point up from inside the mouth, point them upwards, so that when it's through the decking, it's hooking itself
Ah,
in from the
gotcha.
inside. I
Yeah, and that would
I
make
would
more sense
either
to have
do
the bottom
that
ones
or have
embedded.
them dig in from the outside in when the metal
Because
is hot.
other
Uh,
if I do the
the pro-
bottom ones, if I do them like this, then I have to have the bottom ones curling up out of the decking, which I don't really want. Whereas if I do them like this, then they can be the bottom ones can be embedded in the decking. And these ones like curl up like a horn, as if they're grabbing, like you said, as if they're like holding into the hull. Okay, yeah. So curling up is the way. Oh shit. Oh, we're at 2:51. Less than 3 hours left. Woohoo!
Thank you, making good time.
I think so, considering I don't want to paint the thing.
You don't need to.
No, I don't.
After all, you got special provision.
True. This is why you make friends with the person running the challenge. It's special dispensation on things. Okay. I'm gonna go get the bottom section because it's off drying. Back.
Oh, Chad, what are you up to tonight? Aside from hanging out here. Anybody working at anything exciting or
Okay. This stuff on the bottom is really weird. This like flat rubbery stuff that I put on because it's really easy to peel off. Basically,
What did you use?
it's when I got the suggestion from a Persnickety sculptor, he said to use this material called stick. I think it's basically like caulking, but I got it in like a. It came in this container. It's called Flex Paste, super thick rubber paste. So it's like to fill gaps and holes and stuff like that. But he used it and he like used it and like stretched it around and it got it to look kind of like gross sect, I don't know, webbing or something like that. So that's what I used.
But it's not holding on the plastic.
It it holds on, but you can remove it very easily. Like if you like try to like peel it, like if you like pick at it, you can take it off. So it
That's
doesn't stick as well as epoxy, I'd say. But I don't like it's not like falling off. Right? So as long as I'm not too rough with it, I think it'll do the job. Side.
mm. Radon is working on his sleepers, and Tom Wilson is fiddling with his computer setup.
Oh, nice.
And then Keplinger is sketching what he's planning to do with his wooden turret terrain.
Cool. He was making some wooden capillary towers. I think you saw that.
Yeah, I think they look great. I'm always happy to see turret terrain because it's the one thing I have the most problems imagining.
Yeah.
I mean, I always just see the caterpillar towers, and
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
kind of what I picture
technically there
too.
should only be one
There's
on the
only one? What do
entire
you mean?
planet. I mean, the caterpillar tower is there to suck the biomass from the planet to the ship.
Yeah, but shouldn't there be
So,
like at least a few for each hive ship?
I mean, I always thought there is only one hive ship, a big hive ship.
Oh, like one that's processing. The
Yeah,
rest are like smaller combat craft.
craft. Yeah, support
Okay.
craft and defense craft. I mean, to me, the hive ship is the ship where the Lorn Queen sits,
Yep.
and each swarm only has one Lorn Queen in my mind.
Yep.
So that's why I always imagined there would be only one or maybe two towers, but not the entire surface littered with them.
Well, the ones that Games Workshop, like Forge World makes, like they don't go up to orbit. Right? So I don't know
Yeah.
how that
mm,
works. 'Cause it's hard to
I
model, I
always
guess, one that goes up to orbit.
I always thought they were the idea of those were that it's the beginning of the invasion, so they're not that big yet.
Ah, gotcha.
But producing them all over seems like such a waste of biomass.
Hmm.
That's why I always imagined there would be only a limited amount of them.
Yep. So then we definitely need other Tyranid terrain to fill up the space. Well,
Mm,
hopefully November yields some cool terrain to check out.
yeah, I'm really
Wooden
hopeful
capillary
for that.
towers.
I want to see some cool alien terrain. That's not just tentacles and circ creep.
Yep. Okay, not gonna do that one. Um, Hold on, I'm just gonna kill my audio for a second because I gotta vacuum up all this whittling. Okay. Got
And
my. Go ahead.
Dan just said he imagines it's like bees drinking from flowers, and you have smaller ships ferrying it to the hive ship. That's also a nice idea.
I like that. Where should I position these claws? Guess I want to put the other two at like the corners of like the mouth, kind of. So I should have these positioned similarly at the top. God, I could whittle these all day. Obsessive. Oh, I got to do a 3-hour update. Missed it. I'm tired of these damn updates. Oh. All right. I'm going to go record an update. I will be right back. Sec. Get back to it. Clock. All right, back at it.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I wasn't sure if I should talk to chat or not while you're gone.
What's that?
I
Sorry.
wasn't sure if I should talk to chat or not while you were gone.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't want to spoil your audio.
Well. Oh no, it's fine. It would have picked up the audio, and I think it would have been okay. I'm just gonna vacuum a bit. Sorry, I should have said, Kajan, chat amongst yourselves.
I wasn't quite sure, and I didn't want to spoil your audio while you record. Having some random.
Right. The audio might have been in the
background.
background when I was recording the thing. I didn't think about that. Well, so these pins have been bent so many times that I'm not really sure if they're anymore. They barely work anyway. They're shit. That. Okay, so when this thing is seated in here, we got an issue here where there's like no detailing. This side should be something like here, the pod. This is kind of like flush. Should be something here. So maybe I make a big claw there, a big claw here. Again. Sure if that'll work, but I can try. Because it's also the case that when I've got the, wish I could switch to a different camera. I saw this from the front. But when I've got the back on, there's like this weird gap far side of the pod. I gotta fix this one tentacle. Oh no! Now the acid sprayer is in the way. That's a problem. Solve that one. It's like out the. Oh, maybe not. Gotta get this thing down further.
Unfortunately, I can't see the problem.
What's that?
Unfortunately, I can't see the problem.
I know I can't.
We are not
really figure out how to show you
on
either.
center.
1 sec. So there's like gap on the far side here. I've got it tilted down. It'll come up on the stream eventually. There's like gap on the far side. I don't know if that's too bad, but I think you need to seat the pod lower. I also need to make like a kickstand under the pod with putty to hold it in the there's nothing supporting it other than those pins right now.
That's unfortunate with the acid thing.
What?
With your acid sprayer on the right side of the
now that I've
model.
got it properly seated, I don't think it's actually that bad. I think one of the things that is causing trouble is this tentacle right here, which it butts up against a it butts up against a pipe.
Going to be massively nitpicking, but you cut the left of the upright portion of the tile. You cut it like going with a curve going towards the spore mine where the acid sprayer is, and if that acid sprayer would be engaged, it would be the other way around.
I don't know. Right. Let's.
And yes, that's massively nitpicking, and I'm sorry about that.
Well, I'm getting to the point now where I'm not really that concerned about doing too much work to fix things. So getting to the point of like, it is what it is. And I'm just going to make it work where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, since you have to move have like 2 hours 45 minutes. Also wouldn't be concerned with fixing stuff.
Yeah.
But it would bug me for the rest of the time. If it was my
What's
project.
that? Sorry?
It
Say
would
it again?
bug me for the rest of the time. If I wouldn't be fixing it if this was my project. I wouldn't be fixing it because you don't have the time. But it would bug me.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like these timed things, and that's why my Screamer Killer took ages.
Well, you gotta lean into the time part, because what it does is it forces you to let those things go. Because like when something like that bugs you, you can like dwell on it and it can stop you from finishing the overall project. But if it's like, well, it is what it is, I gotta finish this project, I actually kind of appreciate it. That it forces me to not be dear with certain things and just kind of let them go.
Kill your dog.
Now let's see how we can do this. Oops. A different way of working, I think. All right. Let's get that back side on there. Where can this tentacle go safely? Go like that, around, but then I need to sculpt in a little more detail. Or at least link it up. Okay, that'll work. Okay. That work? That will not work. This?
Dorbenish said, perfection is the enemy of done. And yes.
What's that?
Perfectionism is the enemy of done.
True.
Of being done.
True. I feel that. Right, that's what I'm going to do. Get me my Gorilla Glue. I think the one I've heard is perfection is the enemy of good. Perfect is the enemy of good. Like, it can be good, done. It can be perfect. Not. Oh, for fuck. Oh, God. God.
What happened?
Drop the back, and I touched the gluey thing. I got glue on my hands. Fun stuff. And my dog is coming to see what I'm swearing about. Come and have a drink. He doesn't care about me.
And for a moment you thought he did.
He's like, are you making more noise? Why are you making more noise? All right. Tentacles in. Need some kind of kickstand to hold up the pod. Big kickstand. I'll do it in clay.
I thought you would be fixing the back with the spore pod.
You thought I'd be fixing the back of the drive pod?
Yeah.
What do you mean
To
fixing the
hold
back?
it. It's to hold it up so that you put the spore pod in and it holds up the. That's why that's what all the tentacles are for, and that's why I suggested a cradle. If you remember that suggestion,
You suggested a what?
a cradle for the pod,
Oh,
which
yeah,
you would
yeah, it might have worked,
sculpt.
but too late. I went a different way. I don't want the pod attached to anything because it's too heavy.
Oh, okay.
Like ideally, it just like friction fits with the pins, and that's it. It sits on the bottom. That's it. Because otherwise, I'm just concerned that it's just a bunch of weight sticking out the back, and then it makes the thing really awkward to transport because you got a 12 by 12 square that you got to transport, and you got this 12-inch pod sticking out the back of the 12 by 12 square. Just a lot.
Oh, I thought it would be, you put in you put down the bottom, you put in the spore pod, and then you slide the back between the spore pod and the back.
That is
one
ideally
side.
what's supposed to happen.
And then the spore pod holds the back upright.
Yeah, the spore pod holding the back would be a very good solution that I wish I'd done. It's too late to do that now. Because you are right that would be. Because the weight of the spore pod could probably like balance the back, and I won't have to make a kickstand on the back. But now I got to make a kickstand on. I'm honestly wondering if I can just make the kickstand by like no more nails gluing pieces of masonite hardboard together, but I don't know that will. Oh, the timer's not going. It's probably been.
I mean, I never worked with no more nails, so I'm not sure.
It's basically like
But
strong kind of rubbery glue.
But I assume you have a hot glue gun somewhere laying around.
Yeah, I'd rather use no more nails than hot glue. Maybe hot glue's okay. I don't have really good hot glue. I've just got like dollar store hot glue, and I don't know how well.
I mean, as long as it holds the kickstand together, it should be.
Well, the no more nails will definitely do it. Like no more nails is like construction grade glue. It's like stronger than carpenter's glue.
And how quickly does it harden?
Again?
How quickly does it harden?
Not as quickly as hot glue, that's for sure.
Because you kind of need it in the next 2.5 hours.
I don't care. I'm not making
Okay.
myself get the kickstand done inside the 24 hours. I don't care enough about that. The glue does not have to be dried in 24 hours. Probably going to take the final pictures with the backing just like leaning up against it and then figure out the kickstand after.
No, we are not going to tell on you, so don't
Better
worry.
not. Better not. But I had enough clay. So Kajan, what have you been working on?
I'm still working on my sport horse,
Nice.
at least right now. I have
Nice.
plans what else I will be doing on November during November itself, but we'll
Well,
see
you were
how
working on your
well.
Screamer Killer there for a bit.
Yeah, it's pretty much done. My Screamer Killer. I've not posted pictures of it yet because I figured if I wait a week, I can post them up on November. That's more
Oh,
content for
okay.
the hashtag.
Nice.
And it won't make a difference if I post work in progress pictures
And I need
early.
way more putty. A partial kickstand. Way more putty. This is a different kind of epoxy that I'm using. Epoxy clay. It's harder than epoxy putty. So I thought it might be more structurally useful for holding up the pod. Probably epoxy putty would do a fine job. 'Cause I'm not like actually bonding. I just want to make like a something it'll seat on nicely. It's not just sitting on the pins as it currently is. Pins are doing an okay job, but they have bent several times for me tweaking it. Oh crap. Okay. What's going on in the chat?
Not much. I mean, Dan Kipling said, I mean, if he takes a tactical break right after gluing something, it doesn't count, right?
If what? If I what? Right after gluing
A
something?
tactical break, like a
Right.
tactical retreat.
Yeah.
Uh, Tom Wilson said, I'm too much of a technophobe for a man in his 30s. And that's pretty much all.
I can understand that. Like I wouldn't describe myself as a technophobe, but I also wouldn't describe myself as like necessarily the biggest of early adopters when it comes to technology. Like I've been burned enough times that I'm like, I'm gonna give it a bit and see how this works out before I jump in with both feet. Technophobe is a different level than hesitant. You out of here. Have another go.
I'm always up for experiments.
Yeah.
So that includes
You're not hesitant about technology?
no, for me it's mostly a price thing. I'm
Yeah.
too
You're not gonna pay the
stingy.
premium for the brand new thing.
Yeah, I'm way too stingy. When someone comes to me and it's like, "Oh yeah, I have this wonderful new technology. Give me $600." I'm like, "No, thanks, I'm good."
You're like, "I'll wait till it's on sale, thanks."
Yeah. Unless you can tell me why I need it.
Yeah.
It's has to do things much better than I can do with the things I have.
In order to be worthwhile.
Yeah. James Mahmood said, "I'm turning Marius Kalgar into a space shark."
Space Shark, that's fun. It's one
Is
of the
that
marine
like a
chapters I like, the
street
space sharks.
shark, or is that?
Well, it's Carchadon.
Yeah,
You know the space
okay.
sharks?
Yeah,
You're making a joke.
that was where my
The
next would
Charodon?
have been my next question, if it's going to be just another type of space marine instead of
It sounds like Cacharodon. Carchard. I'd never get this right. There's
Darkadon.
a space shark marine chapter.
Yeah, I know which one we are talking about.
Yeah.
But it would be much cooler if he would be turning them into a street shark. I
What
don't
is a
know if
street shark?
anybody. It was an anime series from the 90s, I believe.
Sounds vaguely familiar. I think I may have
Four
watched this.
teenagers get mutated into human sharks, and
So
one is
instead of
an
mutant turtle
orca.
and Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, something like that. It was around that same time when Ninja Turtles was super popular.
Super hot. It's like, we don't need Ninja Turtles. We'll have space sharks. Street
Yeah,
sharks.
and then you had this Captain Planet type of bad guy that's polluting everything and turning them into sharks. And
Yeah.
one was a hammerhead, one was a white shark, then there was
This sounds vaguely familiar.
one of those catfish sharks, the really big ones. What they're called?
Oh, not a whale shark.
Whale shark. Yeah, exactly that one.
Okay. I love whale sharks.
Yeah, Tom Wilson said it was like biker mice from Mars. Yeah, absolutely. Also was a
Gross.
thing.
So I've got my kickstand pretty much figured out. Now I got to figure out some lower claws. See if I can do those convincingly.
It was called the Street Sharks in Oz. They were rollerblades.
Oh, nice.
It's absolutely a product of the 90s. Due to the
Yep.
popularities of Tony Hawk
Turtles.
and Turtles, we got.
But Tony Hawk didn't do rollerblades. Tony Hawk was a skateboard.
Yeah, but skateboarding, rollerblading, that was in my teenage time. That was the big controversy. You either were
Yep.
for them or against them, and it's like snakes. You either like them or you don't.
Yep.
And if you don't, you have to like the other ones.
Yep. So I'm pretty happy with how this like rubber paste came out. It's hard to see because it's like white on white, but it's very kind of like I was able to get some kind of webbing look to
Yeah,
it.
it's
The
coming.
downside is that there's a lot of like kind of feathery pieces that are just like sticking up into the air, which don't make a lot of sense. I guess I could try to trim those, but
I wouldn't do that. I mean, the camera is picking it up really well. The contrast between the white bottom and the rubber thing. And
yeah,
I think if you paint that like slime, that
yeah,
would be probably looking great.
great. There's some parts of it that are like defying gravity. That's the part that pisses me off. Because I tried to like do like webbing and then it just broke and then there's just like feathery pieces sticking up. So I don't know.
I mean, could be
Maybe I
with
shouldn't have.
movement. You paint the tips of them as steel shards sticking out.
Oh,
Like
maybe.
if you just do the tips so that it's looking like there's metal inside.
Maybe. Work. Okay. Not super excited about trying to sculpt these claws pointing down, but
I mean, you can hide some of them in the goop. Um, I mean,
well, it's the problem is that um these parts of the pod are very overt and sticking out. I need to do something with them because there's no real detail there.
yeah, but if you just roll up, like, don't make the full claw, just like a a roll of putty, and then make it look like it's hooking into the decking. So
Yeah. But the problem is it needs to be attached to something because I don't want to attach the pod to the decking. So it needs to be like attached to the pod going down towards the deck. It's
I mean, if you if while it's still malleable, if you put the the pot against it, it might close enough for it to be flush when you're done painting. Know what I mean? So you get the impression of the pot from the backside of the thing, and you sculpt the claw itself
yeah.
onto the bottom.
Uh Unfortunately the way the pod goes in, I don't think that
It's
I'd do it.
unfortunately we are a little too. It's just outside the camera range to be seen.
Shit. Thanks for the
You would
warning.
you would have to move like five
I just
to
moved
ten
it.
centimeters down.
I just moved it. Of course, it can't access the decking. It can just access the like slime stuff, like embedding in the slime.
Yeah, and if you build up the slime a little bit more around that, it will probably hide anything else.
Oh, yeah, but need the claw to be attached to the pod and not the decking.
Okay.
I know you're suggesting it the other way, but I can't make
And if since you said the rubber stuff is easily detached, if
Oh, I
you
could just peel it off. You're right.
yeah, maybe that would work.
Just claw. Hate it. It's terrible.
From our perspective, it looked better before, like when you started, when it was straight down instead of vertical. Radon, wait, let's go to Blitz Mechanica first. Have you thought about how to store it when it's done?
No, I don't care. Problem for the future. I really don't care right now.
Something Mr. Pink needs to future Mr. Pink needs to figure out.
Exactly. That's future Mr. Pink's problem.
And Radon asks, I need or says, I need some help with naming my hive fleet. They have pink, purple skin and black pearl armor. The working name is Basilisk Omega, but I kinda don't like it.
Basilisk Omega?
Yeah. I say black pearl, but it's more a dark silver. Well, the first thing I would ask is, what do you imagine the theme for your hive fleet is? Like, it's
That's a good question.
land-based. It's more like air-based, water-based. I find that also helps a little bit more to find. And Blitz Mechanica suggests Hive Fleet Obsidian.
I like going with classic monster names.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
Greek mythology, Norse mythology, go into like Hindu mythology.
I've settled on Hive Fleet Shen.
Shem?
Shen, like the Japanese monster, the crab monster from
The
Johnny's
witch monster?
trilogy. Shen, Shen. Shen.
I don't know that one. I know
It's
that
it's
monster.
a water-based. It's a shape-shifting crab.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be the perfect. And since
This is
hive
fucking trash and I
fleets,
hate it.
and since hive fleets are named after the planets they first encountered, I also thought it was a nice planet name.
This looks terrible and I hate it so much. Not convincing. Like crap.
Well,
I don't know what to do.
only one thing you can do: remove it, figure something else out. And if you are not happy with it,
Like maybe I can go and sculpt like surrounding detail onto the top of the the claws or whatever to sell it, but it looks terrible. I don't know that I can sell it.
southwest region of the galaxy. Okay.
What?
Radon said more of a land-based fleet that first arrived on the southwest of the galaxy, a region of the galaxy. So it's coming from the other side of the known universe. Radon suggests Wiki has a great index for mythological monsters. Just Google mythology monster Wikipedia, and you probably will find a list, and they're usually even sorted by elements and stuff like that. So if you're looking for some volcanic deity or something like that, it might give you some ideas.
Yep, that's how I handled it when I was coming up with my Hive fleet. I was talking to my cousin, and this is way, way back in the internet. He hooked me up to some random website that was basically that. It was like a listing of monsters from mythology. I just went through that and read different monsters that sounded cool until I found one that made sense, which was Fenrir, which didn't make a lot of sense once I learned more about space wolves. I didn't realize that they claimed that, basically. Whatever. For a while, I was High Fleet Fenrir
Mm, Yeah,
because
I
I like
would
the
have.
idea of Fenrir's fluff that like the Fenrisulf is like chained using these like weird esoteric elements, and that when it becomes unchained, it's going to go and kill Odin. And I thought that could be like like the Emperor could be like Odin and shit like that.
Yeah, there's another big wolf thing in Norse mythology, Garm, who's guarding
Arm?
Garm. Yeah,
Yep.
he's guarding the entrance to hell. It's basically Cerberus, just with one
Oh,
head.
gotcha.
And he is the son of Fenrir, or something like that.
Ah, gotcha. Into
And
Garm more.
also, yeah, and he is also feared. I believe he is keeping Balder in hell, something like that.
Right. So that didn't work. So I'm going back to the sculpting the claws separately and gluing them on after. So I feel like that gives me more.
Um, Maybe you could do something with the tentacles. I mean, you have tentacles over there. They need to come from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And rather than that, there's Garm, Skull, and Hati. And Skull and Hati are chasing Sun and Moon, if I recall that correctly. I think that works, at least from my perspective. The tentacle you try to fit on the top of the right side of the mouth.
Yeah. Let's see. Problem is, I just want to like I want this to be attached, and I want to just like sculpt detail onto it. I just
Yeah.
finished saying that I don't want to do that. Because like the removable part is the part that's pissing me off. But like otherwise, I'm gonna try and paint this thing. I'm gonna stab myself in the eye. It's so
Yeah, the problem is that you will have probably gaps one way or one way or another,
yeah.
and probably tentacles would be your best option because you can make them flow over the walkway. So it will not be as obvious.
I hate this so much. I do. This so much. Hate you. Rage quit on this whole fuck.
You've come way too far to rage quit. No.
Oh, this is the perfect time. Perfect fucking time. Especially when I can't get the damn pins in. Oh. Or that piece of garbage. Okay, the answer is sculpting something onto the front of the pod that is not a claw. The have to obscure those details where the plastic is still showing with something.
You're off camera again.
I am so frustrated with this piece of garbage.
I like how it comes to a point on the left side.
What are these points? I haven't got a clue. Maybe they'll make themselves known to me as I sculpt. Well, I joked about it having a big fat tongue that rolled out. Maybe that's what I should do.
Well, it would make sense. Like a boarding ladder, boarding ramp.
Yeah. But then I put all these tentacles in, and I was like, well, if I put a tongue in, it's going to cover all the tentacles. So I covered all the tentacles with goop anyway, so who knows? Constantly evolving process. Finding new and elegant ways to frustrate me. Also, this part needs to be covered up. It is exposed.
Oh, it reminds me, did you get a hold of the ball shaped silicone shaper?
Ball-shaped silicone shaper?
Yeah, like a year ago, you tried to contact the guys in Germany.
Oh no, it wasn't the ball-shaped, it was the bullet-shaped.
No, okay.
This one. My favorite one. Hydra kind of contacted them for me. I can't really remember what came out of it. I don't think they were like, I don't know. They weren't really interested in exporting it or something, so he just like bought me a bunch of them. I think that was where we left it. That was one of my past wild ideas where I was like, I'm going to set up a store and I'm going to sell people sculpting tools. And then I gave up on that.
Yeah, I
The
remember
goal now
we
is to
were
find a store
talking.
that has all the sculpting tools that I can just refer people to.
Yeah, we were talking about it on the stream sometime, and just came to my mind as I was watching you shape with the shaper you said you never use.
Yep.
Tom Wilson asks, can you marry the tooth it to the base? Can you marry it to the base with the rubber?
I don't want to marry it to the base because it's going to be
No.
really awkward to transport.
Rubber.
Because it's going to be another 12 inches extending at the back of the base. Store. My goal is to keep it separate so that I can store it, take it all apart when I store it or transport it. That's the goal. But marrying it to the base would be a good solution. Then I could absolutely like not be so frustrated. But I've decided not to do that for reasons. Whether good reasons or bad reasons, who knows? But they're my reasons. Yeah, that would be one way to avoid frustration, certainly.
David Hill says you can do it.
Thanks, David Hill. I appreciate it. Good to see you. So that side's okay. It's got these weird toothy projections for who knows what reason. Maybe they're just the remains of when that front plate blew. I don't know.
I think the top came out great.
Sorry?
The cracking you sculpted earlier came out great.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, it turned out pretty well. I want to cut at it a bit more when it's fully dry.
Do you need to do a 2-hour update?
Oh, I might. What time is it? Oh, geez. I don't want to do a 2-hour update. Where's my damn camera? Ah. Oh my God. Okay, that was a dangerous move. Here we go. There we go. Where's my phone? It's on. Let's see about a 2-hour up. Okay, it's recording. Okay, here we go. Here's a damn 2-hour update. Oh, it's 9:15. Fantastic. Come on, phone. Respond. Kajan has just reminded me helpfully that I need to do a 2-hour update. Here's your 2-hour update. I'm fucking frustrated. Uh, I need to get this damn breaching pod onto this damn base, and I hate it so much. I tried to sculpt some teeth things that were attached to the breaching pod. It didn't work, and now I don't even know what I'm doing. But maybe this will work, and maybe I'll be done soon. Wouldn't that be great? All right, there we go. We got a 2-hour update. Wait, 22-hour update. 2-hour update. 2 hours left. I'm so done with this. All right, there we go. 2-hour update done. Oh, I need to take a picture for a 2-hour update? Fantastic. Here's a picture of my friggin' infamy. I'm really glad you reminded me. I really didn't want to do it, but we got it. That frustration was not towards you. That frustration was towards the stupid updates I have to do.
I'm fine with it. Don't worry.
A 4-hour tile. All right, there we go. Posted. Let's see how these weird toothy things work.
I think you earned yourself 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah, you forgot to stop the counter.
Oh, thank you. To start. Thanks. It's-
Dan Keplinger said, even if you're sick of working on it, still looks excellent.
Well, thank you, Dan. I'm glad you think so. Well, Dan, you probably know this well. You can get easily sick of a creative project. And all you can see are the flaws and the frustration, not the cool stuff in it.
Yeah, personally, I tend to go to a different project, and that's in that state.
Yeah, going to a different project is a good way to clear your creative decks, as it were. Realize I need to putty in this other acid sprayer, or I'm gonna lose it. And fortunately, it's on the side that no one can see, so just gonna get it in there rough.
I still like how you put that into a bottle.
Oh, you mean the material that I used?
Yeah.
Bottle? Yeah, I came up with it in 2008. No, before, like 2007? I don't know. Back when I was doing a lot of Tyranid scenery. I just started looking around at, like, I started off with these little fruit cups that my dad would buy. And I realized that if I like cut those up, I could make Tyranid barricades out of them. And I was like, well, what other random plastic crap we have kicking around the house could I use to make Tyranid scenery?
Yeah,
So I went
since
for like juice bottles, pop bottles.
Yeah, since I started sculpting, also been keeping my eyes open for interesting shapes and
Yeah.
food packaging and stuff like that.
Well, it kind of like harkens back to the old deodorant land speeder that everyone knows and loves. And if you want to see contemporary versions of it, Weirding's Way often does a lot of plastic garbage bashing. Okay.
Dan Hill said, I can't believe how much you achieved in such a short time. The pod reminds me of a person I used to work with as well.
The pod reminds you of a person you used to work with? Oh, God. What kind of monster did you work with? Oh, wait, was the person as frustrating as the pod is to me? Is that the issue? Or was it someone with a very large mouth? Because that's an intriguing observation to be making. Be better not to go into detail.
David Hill said she was let go for that reason.
Being like the pod? Okay.
Tom Wilson said, I think it's not safe for work to say what the pod reminds me of. And David Hill said she was let go for that reason at Tom Wilson.
So, yeah, the pod reminds me of a whale shark. I don't know what dirty things you guys are getting. Do I need to get out my Slaneshi content sign that I lost a long time ago?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if these weird toothy things solve my problem for me. Or
Marco isn't here.
Tusk, whatever the heck they are. Huh?
And Marco isn't even here yet.
Marco isn't even here yet to do dirty things?
Yeah. This Slaneshi sphincter content.
Okay, so they solve the problem in that they obscure the contact point, which is fine by me.
Redon says he gets basking shark vibes.
Basking shark. That's the shark I wasn't remembering. That's a good one. Oh, Marco could also tell us about different sharks. He loves sharks.
Yeah,
not just their sphincters, cool. I don't. Is it the basking shark that maybe you were thinking about when you were thinking about street sharks, or was it a whale shark?
Possible. Let me look it up.
I think I probably confused basking sharks and whale sharks, but something. Be it a basking shark or a whale shark. Here. To give a little bit of detail zhuzhing to the kickstand.
Yeah, it's the whale. It was the whale shark, which I was thinking of. Slightly larger than the basking shark.
Basking sharks are that big? Because whale sharks are huge.
Yeah, they are 12 basking sharks are 12 meters, and whale sharks
Wow.
are 18.
Awesome. 80 meters?
18, yes.
18. Okay. I was going to say 80 meters seems like a lot. Massive. No, that wouldn't make any sense. It's long.
I mean,
Ever since I was a kid, I was blown away by how big. I don't know why, like, I was excited about a whale shark, but it's huge.
I mean, I was when I was last was with my significant other. I've been we went on a whale tour.
Yeah.
About the biggest thing I ever see. You have
The whale?
yeah, it's not a concept I can probably describe, and it was a gray whale, was only 50 meters, so it's hard to put in. I mean, talking about the size doesn't really give a accurate understanding of what it feels to be in the presence of something this huge.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like my first encounter with a tank. That also was one of the
tank?
most one of the most amazing things I ever experienced. Having
Really? Interesting.
a tank come full throttle at you and putting on the brakes, like, and you see that those 80 tons, how the back lifts up and slams back down because they hit the brakes that hard, and you can feel you can feel it in your body, all that mass coming crashing down, and just standing next to the idling tank. It's a visceral feeling.
Crazy. Cool.
Yeah, one of the few things that were great about being in the army.
Well, this is when you were in the army.
Yeah, I was we were training for in Wildflecken for to go to the Kosovo as Blue Helmet, and yeah, that's when we were training with tanks, and yeah, I was a Panzer Grenadier. The German green berets. We are not green berets.
Yeah.
But yeah, was fun, and yeah,
Cool.
it was one of the cool things about it.
Nice. So gluing in some spore mines. Yeah, is that where I want a spore mine? Yes, that is where I want a spore mine.
You are off camera again.
Yeah, it's too big. I can't get it on camera. Wait, I guess I can move the camera. Whoops.
Tom Wilson said a whale shark looks like a basking shark.
Yeah.
And Redland said basking and whale sharks are a similar niche.
Similar niche?
Yeah. Probably
Cool.
related. Probably.
Yeah. I assume so.
Would have to look it up. But yeah. David Hill says the film tease would be a good. The film tease would be a good idea as to what reminds me of me and Tom of. Oh, okay.
The what?
They are still with the not safe for work content and.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, you're putting one everywhere now? I thought you wanted to leave some open.
No, the other ones have blown up already. Take the dog? Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Prince Mechanicus writes, I assume it's supposed to mean, are you trying to figure out how to attach it to the base?
No, I'm not. Figured something out. It is what it is.
And David Hills asks, is your pink handle holding up still okay?
Yes, it is. In fact, I was using it recently to paint my Tyranid Kill Team barricades. Because they don't have, like, normally what I do when I'm painting miniatures is I'll glue them onto their bases, then I hold the bases in my handles. But because the Kill Team barricades don't have bases, they're supposed to sit on the they're supposed to sit on the table. I didn't have a base to put them on, so I just put them on a pin. And then I held them in the very helpful painting handle. Right. So yes, it's still coming in handy. Thank you.
That's a bad precedent to set for your audience to eat while on stream.
Can't hear you. What?
It sounds like you're eating. Bad idea.
Bad idea. What do you mean?
Working with Putty and eating.
No, Nora's feeding me. Like a friggin' Roman emperor. She's lovely. Just glue it and be done. Thank you.
David Hills is glad you're
But
still
thank you for
getting
looking out for my health, Kajam.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't want you to get sick or something.
Eating oranges with super glue and putty on my hands? No, that wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, the super glue is not that much of a problem. Probably not very healthy, but I would be more worried about the all the estrogen and stuff from the putty. I mean, that's
There's
like
estrogen in the putty?
yeah, it's BPA.
Oh, BPA, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Pseudo estrogen.
yeah, and it's basically thousandfold what you would get if you would be using BPA plastic to heat your food or something like that. So it's really not healthy.
Yeah, as you say that, the air filter takes effect because of all the super glue I'm using. All right. Got all the spore mines shoved in there. What am I doing? All right, I think I'm done. Whether I'm done or not, I think I'm done. Although I have these claws that I want to stick somewhere.
Is Marco at the creature conference next week?
Sorry? What?
Is Marco in the creature conference this week?
I don't know. Marco's got a lot going on these days. He shows up when he can.
Yeah.
So I really don't know. Hopefully. Oh no! Damn it!
What?
Just snapped my razor saw blade. Fantastic. This is a good sign. Hey.
Hmm. Yeah, that's not a good sign. Is that a hobby tool or
It's what?
is it a hobby tool, like something you got dedicated for the hobby, or is it a
Oh
regular
yeah.
tool?
Yeah, it's a hobby tool. It's from PK Pro.
Because I think I never seen saws that's like that.
It's called a razor saw. I think people use it a lot with like forge rolled stuff. Uh
No, I would put it on the top and make it turn them upwards still. And if you put them parallel over the uh, mm, protrusions of the bottom, it might give that idea that there's something beneath it as well.
I don't fucking know. Where's that damn backing?
You're probably not getting them also.
Sorry? What?
If you attach them like that, you're probably not getting the model out again.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with them. So I won't do anything with them. Because I am fucking done with this stupid bullshit. So tired of this nonsense. Oh crap. One of the spore mines is obstructed behind the friggin' God, get out of here. There you go, Kajan. You fished your wish. Some of the things are empty because the spore mines are getting in the way. Where'd that one go? Oh, there it is. This crap's gotta go. The pod you are trying to interface with the backing is too large. Okay. Gonna do. What am I gonna do? There we go. Okay, camera's gonna get wacky for a second. One sec. Too many scissor arms. On, bear with. God damn it. Forget it. Boom. Oh, and it's upside down. We're going shaky cam. What? Oh, what the heck? Uh-oh. Flip this thing. Vertical. All right. And I've probably got glue. Pushing my camera. You know, whatever. Who cares? Night is old. Okay. Get this down here.
HiveMarketMinis, holy wow, it's so legit.
Oh, you came just in time, buddy, because I am done with this shit. So done with it. Form, flip, funnel. Okay, here we go. So here is my completed 24-hour tile. This is as far as I'm gonna go. I mean, I could do some tweaking on that thing. I've got like a brain to sculpt yet, but so we got the backing here. We got our little friend, the gene sealer, poking through the top. There's another gene sealer hand poking out of that vent there. There's a big tentacle coming up. And we got some railings. There's a little ladder, a cheeky ladder here that goes up and down. We got some piping underneath the railings. Tentacle coming through down here. There is a venom throat. Tentacle, venom throat? Yeah. Tentacle coming through that grate there. Where's my light? Boom. Like a grate there with a venom throat tentacle. What am I focusing on? This. Focus on this. There we go. I like this. Sneaky tentacle coming through. What else we got? And then yeah, we got just like there's basically nothing going on the Zone Mortalis tile because the goal here is for this to be a display for this guy. This guy up here. So yeah, the idea is they're going to be a display. So like there's lots of room down here to like display dudes. And then we got the stairs that go up to the back. Ground floor, we got a bunch of tentacles kind of like exploding through here. Coming in underneath. And then La pièce de résistance is this Tyranid breaching pod smashed into the side. Even got details sculpted underneath. So hard to get. And the idea here is that the front of this breaching pod has like blown off to like bust into the ship. It's got some like cheeky little acid sprayers here that are there to soften things up as it comes in. It's got a little cloaca or whatever back there to spew out the dudes. And then you've got a little idea of like what the front of this thing used to look like before it blew up. Because you've got all these like spore mines embedded in here. Something breached all the ship. And then of course, once it breached, it like sprayed out all this crazy Tyranid goopy stuff, infesting the whole place. Got its tentacles writhing through. Get some dudes, got some busted ass catwalks here where the stuff spewed out. It's just all down here, and the tentacles writhing out. So yeah, that is that. I done. I have an hour and 34 minutes left on the clock, but it is now bedtime. So yeah. Yeah, with an hour and 34 remaining. Woo, I'm done. Oh, baby, yeah, Snora. So I'm glad that I had this challenge to force me to slam my way through this. Are there things that I still want to tweak? Yes, of course. Is it painted? No, not at all. But I'm pretty happy that let's put this over here so we can see more pod. Pretty happy with it. Where we got to. I think the pod turned out okay. I got frustrated in here, but I just said, what the hell? Put like a weird lip on it. Who cares? Realized that other acid spray is totally lost back there. Whatever. It's there. I made it. Promise. Yeah. So shout out again to Persnickety Sculptor for all this weird white goopy stuff. That was his idea. I love it. Hopefully it paints up pretty nice. But yeah, there we go. Oh, Sedo Newly says my skin is crawling and itchy looking at that breaching pod. That's awesome. Yeah, you made it for the final, Eric. Woo! Glad you can make it, buddy. So I'm gonna go take some pictures of this so I can post those and say I'm done. And thank you, HiveMarketMinis, for the challenge. I'm glad you're here. Glad you joined a couple of streams along the way. I'm glad I did the breaching pod because I realized I haven't done much with the tile other than build a wall. But yeah, there you go. Pretty cool. And yeah, Kajan, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really needed someone to talk to, and I really appreciate it.
No problem.
And I think that I am going to stop the timer officially at 1:32:16 on that 24-hour challenge complete for now. But of course, I still need to paint this thing. I still need to obsessively tweak some stuff. I made a space on the back of the breaching pod for like a brain sculpt in the back because of some nice fluff that Bargaze shared with us. So yeah, I'm still gonna do that. And again, another place that you're never gonna see, but whatever. It is complete. Oh shit. Did I move it and the back falls down? Yeah, the back needs a kickstand too, but I'll do that later. It kind of wedges itself on the pod, which is okay. Not so bad. Oh, you're taking a break from your own Hive Market. Okay, yeah, good plan. Unfortunately, I need to get ready for work tomorrow. Go to bed so I can get up. So this is all I've got time for, but I'm pretty happy with how far I made it. And happy with how it turned out. So yeah, look forward to it being painted, but I'll go post some pictures. Actually wrap. All right. Thank you, Kajan. Thank you, everyone. I will talk to you soon. And we'll be back to stream on Friday with the creature conference. You can look forward to that. And yeah, beautiful, disgusting. I like that. That's what a lot of people are saying about this, and I'm pretty. That's the right. So thank you all for joining, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.